When talking about boat works worldwide, there are a couple of aspects one needs to know. Can we find tradesmen there, and if they are experienced? Do they have the facilities for that? Is it possible to haul out the boat if needed? How about getting parts for repairs? And what it will take to get the parts shipped there, like import fees and the shipping cost itself. And of course, the price. Not only the work, but all together. In this video, I would like to talk about our experience traveling 3/4 around the world and repairing, maintaining, and upgrading our boat. I will be focusing on what are the best places around the world we think there are, and where you might be out of luck doing any repairs. Please note, although we traveled extensively for the past 5 years, we haven't visited every single place. Therefore, our knowledge about other places is limited, or only what we heard from other sailors. We purchased our boat Aquarius in 2017, and we knew right away we will be doing some upgrades. That means we will need an experienced and trustworthy place, which I hope won't be too expensive. Let's go from the beginning. We took possession of Aquarius in January 2017 in Martinique, one of the Caribbean islands. While purchasing Aquarius, we had in mind that we will have to do the upgrades right away. 1. For insurance requirements, we had to change standing rigging, and 2. We knew that solar panels was a must for us. Therefore, we needed a davits and a solar system. Both of these jobs were done in Martinique, and I must say in Le Marin Marina, where Aquarius was at the time, there's even an Amel dock and also a Mel Chantilly's office. Martinique is part of French islands, and the Mel is a French boat. Therefore, doing upgrades there, although wasn't the cheapest, but we knew that we will get really experienced and trustworthy service. For our boat rigging, all we had to provide to riggers was just a hull number, and they already had all the information, what is needed, and how catch amels are rigged. That made very easy for us, especially since we were a brand new boat owners and didn't know much about that. Overall, we were very happy with the upgrades we got in Martinique. We felt that the service is very professional, although not the cheapest, but at that point worked really well for us. Even in Martinique, the services we had was hit or miss, as we had good experience with replacing standing rigging. We had not so good experience regarding air conditioning, although both companies are under the same company umbrella. We were thinking upgrading our water maker in St. Thomas and also serviced our current desalator water maker. We replaced the membranes and also were informed that we had to replace our end caps as they were damaged. Unfortunately, I believe we were charged like 3 times as much as we should have paid, so it felt this particular company was more focused get the most while you can rather than long-term relationship. And again, we were brand new sailors and didn't know much. Therefore, it might have been our mistake as well. So basically, in the northern part of Caribbean islands, the best choices for your boat repairs, in our opinion, would be Martinique, Saint Martin, and maybe St. Thomas as well. After that, you would go to Florida. And here I must say, we did not go to US, but I'm quite sure that there are so many good places to do any of the boat works, and I hope you guys will chime in the comments below section, and we would really appreciate that. Now talking about southern part of Caribbean islands, Grenada. Grenada had quite few boatyards, and since the southern tip is safe zone during the hurricane season, they are really working towards becoming a strong player in this field. But in 2017, they were not there yet, although we heard they were trying to lure Trinidad experts to Grenada. I also must note, we go home to US at least once a year and get many parts there and bring it back ourselves. This way saving on shipping and sometimes on import taxes, which is very often can be more than part itself. It's worth sometimes even paying for additional luggage. Trinidad. I think that was one of the best places we've got upgrades to Aquarius, and I think we might be back. What we found there was a good balance between professionalism and price. Tradesmen appreciate your business, which seems rare these days. We've got a lot of upholstery work done, interior, exterior, as well as lots of covers. And I'm not kidding when I'm calling Ken King of Covers. We also did some stainless steel works, which we were happy with, but beware, we also got into a couple of scammers as well. But we also witnessed that boatyards tried to get rid of those unfair people as soon as possible, protecting the sailors. ABC Islands, Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao, we really don't think there is much in facilities, and it's really not so much going on. So I don't think that you would get a lot done there. Same as Colombia, we love the country, but there's not many marinas there, and the same is really not much going on. Panama, we felt that yachties are not really welcome in there. They kind of okay with tourists in general, but we felt that yachties are just a nuisance and kind of in a way for the big money-making boats transiting the canal. When we got hit by one of the industrial boats and the repairs we received, although it was very expensive, thankfully we didn't have to pay for that, was not really good. And the comments we heard that there are some good professionals in some areas, like stainless steel, others were pretty much non-existent, like gel coat. And our business really not that much appreciated. They are more focused on local industry than cruisers. Ecuador mainland. There's not really much going on in there, therefore I wouldn't even think that as a good place to go. French Polynesia, which is big. It has Marquesas, Tuamotu, Society Islands, and some of the places has very limited or no whole-out places, and by far the biggest is in Tahiti, which has an array of services. Just shipping parts to there might cost way more than the parts themselves, plus long shipping time, which means repairs time, and the time spent in the boatyard, and the total cost. Raiatea in Tuamotu Islands also has some facilities like a hole-out and some tradesmen. Moving forward, Tonga. We heard some people repaired their boats there, and they do have some facilities, although it might be miss or hit. Now, New Zealand. This is the boater's paradise. This is one of those places we heard from many sailors. Oh, I will do that when I will get to New Zealand. We did quite a lot of upgrades and works in New Zealand. We changed front and the little side cockpit windows.
They're awesome.
We had to fix some main sail boom metal work. We did some engineering. We rebuilt our bow thruster, and we also redid the fiberglass at the bottom of our lazarets. And all the works pretty much were good. There's so many professionals, and they do that all the time. So their experience is up there. Fiji, it has some places to repair, but we found it very expensive. And it's maybe just our experience, but we kind of heard that from the other sailors too. So if you have any good experience in Fiji, please chime in now and let us know where did you do and what did you get done. We would really appreciate that on actually all the other places too, not only particular Fiji. Papua New Guinea, we were in a Royal Yacht Club and they had some limited facilities and tradesmen. We, for example, got some welding job done, which wasn't really best looking job, but actually it held up and it was done. Indonesia. When we were going to the rally, we were informed right away that do anything it takes and do not expect to repair your boat in Indonesia. I'm not even talking about upgrades or other repairs. It's just basically the most needed ones. And even those, try the hardest not to get there, and also carry as many spare parts as you can because it's very difficult to get in there. So it might be not many capabilities in the whole Indonesia, and it's very costly and lengthy process to import the parts, we heard, with lots of bureaucracy. But we managed to do some urgent repairs. We were able to haul out, and we actually did have all the needed spare parts. And it's right next to Singapore. And Singapore, talking about that, might be not the best place to do the repairs due to the cost, but it's definitely one of the preferred places to get spare parts. And if you work out a good deal, I think maybe even doing works is okay, but having in mind that it's so close to Malaysia, it probably would be better to do there, although we heard so much that Malaysia has the best boat repair and upgrade facilities. But when we got to Malaysia, everybody was talking that they waiting to Thailand to do their repairs. So that's exactly what we did. And so it happened that the COVID hit the same time. So we really didn't have many choices as to haul out Aquarius and do the needed repairs. And the prices were much better because it was all limited to other people coming into. So, and we saved so much because Thailand has no import tax from China on electronics, and we got our new batteries, lithium iron phosphate batteries, and you know how much we love it. And besides the batteries, we got our deck kind of repainted or upgraded. We had woodwork, we had multiple engine maintenance checkups. We had so much to do. I believe Thailand is the place where we got most of our repairs or upgrades done. And I believe you saw in one of our videos more in detail what has been done. Moving forward, Maldives, let's put it one way, it's complicated due to all the bureaucracy and all the permits. It is complicated, unfortunately, and not too many facilities for haul out and so on. Seychelles, I think it's a good place to get things done, but be ready to pay. Seychelles is not the cheapest place, but definitely if you have something urgent to do, it is a place. Africa, which is big, it's a whole continent, and as we are currently in Tanzania. It's really not that much, although there are definitely places to get some works done. It's nothing too much, but talking about South Africa, it's one of the best places in the world. And but since we're not going there, we won't be able to give our opinion. So here, please chime in the comment section below. And instead of going to South Africa, we will be going up to Mediterranean. And from so many people we met along our way, the sailors, we know that Turkey is on our list as our next destination for any repairs, upgrades, or maintenance. And of course, there are lots of other European coastal countries that has many, many good services, and the facilities is just might be a little bit more expensive than Turkey, or at least that's my assumption. Again, please let you know your experience in the comments below. Again, this is by any means not an extensive research, just our and our fellow sailors' experience that we share, and also would like to hear from you as well. In particular, Turkey, for obvious reasons. We're going to be there soon. And to sum it up, the best places to get things done, in our opinion, if you would start from Caribbean like we did, would be Trinidad, New Zealand, and most likely Australia. Maybe Tonga, maybe Malaysia, but we definitely would go for Thailand. Then South Africa, if you go there. And if you go the same route as we do, probably Turkey. If you like this video, give us a like down below and click here to subscribe. That really helps us. And if you want to watch more of us, click one of those.
They said it came from Spanish.